My name is Shafiq. One day I was at home, I was very stubborn. I could not be with peace in my dad because of my what? Of my discipline. When I can disturb people, I abuse my friends, I be in bad groups which can take drugs. But when me I can't do what, I can't take.
Musanga azanya ki ebinusu nkwata muggo nimba yiribya yabule emirundi yali gwali gwa kusatu kwasoka yekomyawo yekka bala ajje sente ku ssomero z'omwana mutwalo okwaddako yagenda gye twali tubeereri engulu nagenda ngagulako fulu z'abaana mama we yajja okunkima eno yadduka budusi misinde nagenda ku street.
We are at home and I get the scissor. Then I put in our padlock, I open it. Then I was with my friend and I said, hey, my friends, you know I can open the padlock with the scissor. Then my friends, they start arguing. I said, you can't. And I said, okay, you see. And I opened the neighbor. There was the neighbor's padlock. When I've closed, he have gone to do what? For the work. Then I opened it and I closed it. And my stepmom told me that I'm going to do what? I'm going to call your dad. Then me, what I did, and I said, now if they will tell my dad, my dad will punish me very bad. Now what can I do? And they say, now you go to the what? To the street. Then I went to the street.
Biba mukanjira moyo namanya ngwera emboko zijja kola ki. Bajja mukube emboko kwe kukola ki kwe kubula.
I went to the street when I'm asking the church, Katwe church. Then I reached on that church, Katwe. When I used to be there, but no, it's you just be there without doing what? Anything. Now, and when I reached there, I started asking for the help for other people. When I have been there like for 3 months.
Someone gave him our number and then he contacted us and then told us that he wanted to surrender from the street life because it was hard for him and then find someone who can take him home.
We receive the children through outreaches, night outreaches, day outreaches, sports, and some of them from police. We allow children to drop in. Those who have not made a decision to return home, they come at the centers and they receive medical services, they will receive a meal, and they also sleep. As they do activities at the centers, interactive learning sessions, life skills sessions, we're in touch with the social worker in an effort to encourage them to make a decision to return home.
By the time when he had entered into the center, Shafiq was withdrawn. He didn't want to play with his peers. He had signs of child neglect, and also he was hyperactive. He would fight with children, run around, destroy things here and there. And with our resident social workers, it was not easy to be with him. But after some time, doing a lot of series of counseling, individual counseling, group counseling, it enabled him to open up. We have a session which we call self-disclosure, whereby he had to open up where he comes from, what he did at home, what he was doing on the street, and then that gave us a basis to start on.
Omwana bamukwata bati tokola zino mpisa weziti mwana tomukambwalira nnyo genda wala n'omuzaamu omutima ogwo omulungi tubaka tubabanga musajja munne tukkanya kino kibi kino kituufu.
He's okay. He's even the class monitor now before because his discipline is now okay and Shafiq is performing well. He was even the first in the beginning of term.
But I started behaving very well with my friends. I don't fight at school. I be there with my friends without doing anything bad to them.
Shafiq mwagaliza asome njagala asome kubanga saasome yakali project gyenyina mu kyalo eyo bamu ku matafali gange mpolampola nfuna olukunyendeka nakupeera amatafali kuba webanga teriyo musala gwaka nenkuba amatafali gange ningokya nfisawo zitulabirira mpolampola nzizaamu nenzwa abakozi ne bankolera nayigamu nekirala ekinayigamu okutereka mu bibiina kino kiyigamu nosevingayo ebiri nkola akagulupu kamwe ng'abantu nemutereka buli wiiki eba muri 10 buli wiiki munagenda ngagabane bagabanya 2 ebagabanye kisinza wobo kyosobola mu mutima gwe nga gw'omuntu nze safe kyemwalaliza mu maaso mukama nga mpadde obulamu nga namwe munkwatiddeko watabera pulamba abamakanika engineer.
Behind each and every face of a child on the street, there is a very sad story of pain, suffering, and it is really very important to understand the problem from the child's perspective, but also from the family's perspective, and deliver the right kind of interventions that would support, rebuild the lives of these children.